morning, and as we approach our shit corner, today's plan is to go and buy some paraffin from Montgomery. Now you're thinking, why the blooming hell is he riding all them miles out there to buy paraffin? Well, the answer is it's being dispensed by not only a pre-digital fuel pump, this is a pre-electricity fuel pump, as you will see later on, hopefully. Yeah, the usual thing, a little bit of motorway to get us out the urban sprawl, only for the first 10 miles or so, down to junction 3, the tail's owing. Just rolling into Kidderminster, and the Guzzi goes on to reserve. I was quick enough turning the tap over, but with this bike it does take a bit of a while from turning onto reserve to the fuel filling the float bowl up. And as luck would have it, literally the other side of the road there's a petrol station. So I only had to travel about 50 yards on reserve. And it's through Cleobury Mortimer. Oh, this Sunday, the 22nd, it's the Borders Classic Bike Show here in Cleobury Mortimer. So there's a little heads up for you. I doubt if I'll be going, there's a chance I'll be on holiday, but we'll see. And it's up and over the top of Clee Hill. And there's that ripple effect with the rolling shutter and the vibration. Oh, I feel seasick. Now you didn't honestly think I'd come out this way without stocking up on my dry cured smoked bacon and my Welsh Dragon sausages. Bacon and sausage coming right up. And on we go through Craven Arms. I have to say, there's not a lot of traffic about today, and that certainly suits me. Through Churchstoke with Harry Tuffins there on the left. I dare say I shall be heading back that way to grab some dinner in half an hour or so. And at the Bluebell Hotel, that's where we turn off onto the road for Montgomery. Right, Montgomery. Now, according to my plans, Arthur Street is not very far up here. Somewhere towards the top, and then turn left. This looks promising. Yes, so far so good. It'll either be to the front or to the rear of this building. Let's try to the rear. We'll give this car a bit of time to get out of the way. Of course, in true Sod's Law fashion, it was to the front of the building. Hold on, I've just spotted it down there on the right. So we'll just move out the way and let this van through. I've got all day, he probably hasn't. That looks like the place. Bunner of Montgomery. Right, we'll park up and try and buy some paraffin. And there we go. Not only is the pump pre-digital, as I said, it's pre-electricity. You wind the handle, which brings the piston up, which dispenses the paraffin. When it gets to the top, it goes click and registers 1 gallon. Marvellous. Seeing as I'm all now full of paraffin, it's time to get all full of dinner. So I head back in the general direction of Churchstoke and Archie Lilly's Caff. Back at the Bluebell Hotel Junction, and I was at this place earlier in the year, and you can probably see why. As I swing it round onto the car park opposite the hotel and beneath the trees are a couple of pre-digital fuel pumps. There we go. Right, let's carry on for dinner. And with perfect timing, I got there just as they were closing. Oh well, let's pull on the car park and think of a plan B. The only trouble is when you've got a bike like the Guzzi, it does tend to attract folks, and you'll spend another quarter of an hour then talking when you could be riding. But there again, it's all part of the joy of owning a bike like this. The exposed flywheel always seems to fascinate people. This was originally under a full cover, but the model before this was a totally exposed flywheel, hence the nickname Bacon Slicers. It will tick over as low as 450 revs, but I tend to keep it up at the 500 or 600 revs. It's better than having it keep cutting out at junctions. And that's the spot where we leave Wales and re-enter England. Touchdown tower on the left, and you were approaching the Moor Arms. For those of you that used to do rallies back in the 1980s, there's a rally on virtually every month, and there's the building that used to be the Moor Arms, sadly no longer a pub. But there you go, another little history lesson for you. Because the Guzzi is such a slow, ponderous beast, you've got to be in the right frame of mind to ride it. If you're not in a 45-50 mile an hour mood, then don't go out on the Guzzi. Okay, it'll roll along at 60 on the main roads, but it doesn't accelerate as such, it calmly gathers speed. And it weighs quite a bit, and so you can't really throw it about. But it's comfortable, and it's fun to ride, and when all's said and done, I can't think of a better reason than that for wanting to ride it. And before long, we're on the A49, heading out of Shrewsbury and on towards Whitchurch. And by around 4:30, I'm rolling up at the Midway truck stop, where it was bacon, egg and chips, a couple of bread and butters and a cup of coffee, which certainly hit the spot. So let's go and get fed. And coming up on the left is Bloomsbury Garage, which I called into yesterday, only to find the fuel pumps they did have there had been sold a couple of days previous. At Cosford, I got on the M54. It's only 20 miles from home now. And just for what it's worth, at 2,800 revs in top, the Guzzi's rolling along at 50. At 3,000 revs, we've gone up to 57 mile an hour. and at 3,300 it reaches 60, and by about 5,400 the engine's run out of legs and it's got no more to give, so really there's no point in doing much above 70ish, which 3,600 or thereabouts. So we're stuck at 60 for now. Everything seems happy. Late afternoon now with the sun directly behind me as I roll from the M54 onto the M6. Will the M6 be a traffic jam and stand in traffic? Find out in a minute. Rather hoping it won't be. Well, there you go. We're rolling through at 60 mile an hour and it's clear. And yet you could try this the same time tomorrow and there'll be nothing moving. The M6, certainly unpredictable at times. Any road, let's get past this big thing and back over to the left. There we have it. The Guzzi hadn't been out since July and we've bagged another fuel pump. I've got a gallon of paraffin, so my Primus stoves will be happy for a while. And I'm afraid, no, oh shit corner again, because I'm rolling down the hill from the top of the estate. So this time it'll be through the tunnel of trees. And here we go. It does weird things to the camera shutter because it tries to compensate for it being dark under the trees. And just about there is as close as you can actually get to my front door. That's right, there's no road access at all to the front of the house. I wonder what clever sod thought that out. Any road, we're good as home. So, till the next time, see you later.